Merry Christmas and frosty shivers, everyone. To celebrate the holidays, I'm going to take a critical look at the new G5 holiday special, Winter Wish Day, because nobody loves me and this colorful pony show is the only way to distract from the crushing loneliness of spending Christmas alone. Let's get started, shall we? The first thing I noticed was, holy mother of God, this song is a banger. I mean, it still doesn't beat the classics, but man, it's just groovy. The drums and bass are perfect in their simplicity, and it definitely captures that Christmas pop sound. And then Sonny Fartshout has to come along and ruin it.
We whisk you some tasty cookies, we whisk you some...
Sonny, will you shut the fuck up? But Zip saves the day with them ears. The best part of G5, hands down, is the ears. Here's what I noticed in the first 5 minutes. This rug looks like noodles made of sand and gravel. This animation is just whack. This animal area reminds me of Cut the Rope. Card. This little jerk is still alive for some reason. Sonny baked her friends in that plastic basket. Again, that Sonny is a baker tray and I won't shut up about his present incorrect. Zip makes bad puns. All is in order here.
What's got you buzzing, Sonny?
They actually bothered to animate snow falling outside, which I appreciate given how turdular the rest of the animation is. This face. The window looks like a smiling flower penis.
How are we going to get to Bridalwood and Zephyr Heights in this?
I don't fucking know, Sonny. How will you handle a light dusting of snow, Sonny? How the hell do people cope? 'Cause I haven't got a fucking clue, Sonny. Oh, goodness me, oh my. I sure hope you can manage, Sonny. Just please fall and break your goddamn neck, Sparky. Okay, so I really like the Mairstream's original design. My first thought was of something like the Sky Bandit, and maybe Zip would just float along. It's scrappy, has character, it is just friggin' cool. A flying trolley, that's awesome. Very My Little Pony. And I mean, it's so out there and wacky that seeing them roll around and it would just put a smile on your face. And then this shit happens. I never really noticed when they introduced new toy stuff into Friendship is Magic because I've never really been a toy connoisseur. But despite not really having an eye for that stuff, the first thing I thought when I saw this was, oh, for God's sakes, it's a frickin' toy, isn't it? And it just sucks, too. It's ugly, it's boring, and most of all, it doesn't make sense, for God's sake! I mean, just, bro, how the fuck does that magic work? Transfiguring the trolley into something more aerodynamic? Sure, I can accept that. But motherfucker, this thing has fairy lights, pillows, and a goddamn computer system! How does magic make that? Twilights Castle with the map and chairs and everything made sense, with the whole plot with the element bearers and the pillars and Tree of Harmony, and that shit just worked, alright? But fucking tricked out private jet that knows how many seats it needs in advance is too far, bro. Like, we all know that the 6 is gonna be Misty, but not even the main 5 knows that. So how the hell does this chintzy twee-ass lantern know? Okay, have you noticed this trend? All of the cool, cozy, rustic stuff from the film is being supplanted by shit that looks plastic. The lighthouse used to look like an actual lighthouse. It was charming, romantic even, and looked like somewhere you would want to live. The new lighthouse, or should I say bright house, just screams playset. And Sonny's lantern, it used to look like it was an actual lovingly crafted gift held dear over the years. Now, it looks like something you would buy at a Disney World gift shop to shut your kid up. I can just see the seam running down the side and feel the hollow plastic handles that would crack if you dropped it. Overpriced, poorly made plastic garbage. That's what that looks like. I mean, with the way the animation looks, even the stuff that's clearly supposed to be metal and wood looks plastic. Hell, maybe it's on purpose to sell more toys or something. I don't know how the goblins in the marketing department work. And now, within minutes of being introduced, the Mairstream goes from a cool flying trolley to an inferior copy of Rocket. On its own, I guess it could be cool. It appeals to my van fantasy, but after seeing Izzy's OG design, I just feel disappointed every time I see it. Also, the threat of bad weather, which is kind of a thing in this episode, would have been a lot more imposing had the Mairstream not been enclosed. But no, they gotta get it all tricked out and stuff. Like, oh, just garbage. I hate it. I hate it. I want to shoot it down. You know, I like the subtle foreshadowing in this episode. At first, it's super innocuous, like when they say it's never snowed in Maritime Bay before. It could just be its rare occasion. Hasn't happened in their lifetime. No biggie, right? But we'll come to know that it is no coincidence. Then they have different lyrics of the same song and different names for the holiday. All of this is, of course, tied to the tribes being separate for so long, and you'd think that would be all there is to it. But no. And that's why it plays in, interestingly, with the whole progressive snowstorm thing, because Frosty Shivers was a spell the whole time. That's cool. It's honestly just really clever and interesting world building. The way it's so seamless, you don't have to think about it. It feels natural, like something that would actually happen in real life, potentially. Except, since when did unicorns use incantations? I mean, it doesn't not make sense. Like, it doesn't feel out of place, except for the fact that when they had been using magic for years, they didn't use incantations, so yeah, I guess it could use a bit more explanation. I suppose since weather manipulation is a Pegasus thing, it would require a lot of effort on behalf of the unicorns, probably old communities worth. And that would need unique, specialized magic, which could possibly include an incantation as a part of that. Or maybe some of the new magic that's been created includes the use of incantations, or verbal magic, so reciting the name of a spell can trigger its effect. I think exploring the new and changed magic could offer a lot of interesting potential stories, but that'll mean asking and answering questions like this. Oh, and can I note how great the art in Grandma Figgy's book is? It looks a lot like the concept art. Actually, maybe it is, or at least has the same artist. Either way, it's really cool. And the fact that Grandma Figgy lives alone and has a book with stuff about unicorns hints at a lot of possible backstory. Was she pushed out of Maritime Bay for her progressive ideas? Kind of like how Argyle and Sunny lived on the outskirts of town? Did her beliefs rub off on Hitch, and is that why he was more accepting of Sunny? And I mean, it's shown that she and Argyle were friends. And again, poor Hitch is getting done dirty. The way he's so against change in this episode is weird to the point of being out of character. Like, okay, him not wanting traditions to change, especially with nostalgia, I understand that. But, bro, the trees? Really? Him liking things just so does fit with his personality. As a sheriff, he would naturally value law and order, but just think about how much has changed with Maritime Bay since Jim Horse was abolished and magic came back. Whenever he was reticent about change, namely when he outlawed Earth Pony magic, he had some logical concern behind it. But things like the changes to Maritime Bay Day weren't an issue for him. So why the trees? It's stupid. I mean, it's not that significant, but it wouldn't have been hard for them to have done something else. Like, say, have Grandma Figgy grow her own Christmas tree and decorate it with the flowers she grew? Yeah, they already have flower models. And there's no reason they couldn't have used that tree and just had Hitch say something like, "What happened to the old tree?" And Granny say, "Oh, I threw it out and grew my own. You like it?" Come on, people. It's not that hard, and it would have made his character more consistent. And that's important, okay? And frankly, it's a boring little subplot. And because it's so out of character, it's an irritating trait to give Hitch. The poor guy. But I really appreciate the detail the animator put into those gingerbread houses. I mean, compared to how long it would have taken them to make a 2D one, I just can't imagine. Which, again, begs the question, why change it to 3D? Is that a freaking bong? Speaking about irritating traits, why does Zip act suspicious about the unicorn book as soon as she gets it? I mean, finding it interesting, sure. Questioning why there's so much snow, of course. But the whole pensive glare and thing is laying it on a bit thick, which undermines it as a plot device. And instead of being a clever way of explaining things, it's basically like ringing a bell and saying, "Hey, there's a mystery at hand, and this is an important piece of the puzzle. Isn't Zip so smart?" Aren't the glowing horns enough to say the unicorns have something to do with it without explaining just how or why? Believe it or not, I only noticed that on my third rewatch when I was looking out for stuff like this for the review. It's pretty well hidden in plain sight, so it counts as hidden foreshadowing, I guess. Or maybe I'm unobservant. Oh, and by the way, did you notice how Hitch and Sunny made other unicorns and unibunnies' horns glow when they said Frosty Shivers? I think that might add a bit of credence to my idea that Frosty Shivers and the incantation aspect of it was part of a community-wide spell. And side note, whoever changed Onyx's coat from gray to blue should be killed. Am I the only one who thinks that the background ponies suck in G5?
You are so ugly. Ooh!
The Netflixification of MLP has been a disaster for the equine race. Oh, and just to make things even worse, in 2023, Netflix is set to get rid of password sharing. So, if like me, you won't have Netflix anymore, try When the Mairstream was struggling through the snow and Izzy was doing magic to guide it or something, I was kind of hoping to see her teleport. When she told everyone to envision Zephyr Heights, I was on the edge of my seat thinking like, oh my god, is she gonna teleport? Oh, that would be so badass. But no, there's just kind of a purple glow around the Mairstream. I don't know what Izzy was actually doing or even hoping to accomplish, or if she even did anything. That whole scene was just lame. And if she had teleported, it would have been cool. Oh, and you really want to hear me nitpick? Pip told Hitch about complimentary gourmet food, right? And Hitch replies, "You had me at food." Well, food was the last word in the fucking sentence, dude! Who wrote that dialogue and where do they live? I want to go and knock some sense into them repeatedly with a large and heavy blunt object. Anyway, I think the section in Zephyr Heights is my favorite. The air presents are stupid, but it's too funny not to like. I buy it from both Hitch and Izzy, but Sunny doesn't seem like someone who would buy into something that dumb. But in the context of learning about other ponies' customs, I bet she would take it at face value and take a while to figure it out. The Zephyr Heights Wishentine Royal Carousel concert was pretty fun too. Again, this special has the best music out of the show. It's easy listening, and all the ponies getting tired of it was pretty relatable.
That's one of 6. 6? Yes!
And what was Posey doing there? So, the blizzard was hardly a blizzard, but my favorite part was that their ears blow in the wind. How awesome is that? But again, the magical bullshit lantern saves the day. The whole wish thing is interesting when paired with the idea of holiday magic somehow being stronger for some reason. Why, I don't know. And it's an interesting subject for a Christmas special, I will admit that. And the way that all the holidays have wish in their name is a nice way of integrating that into the pony's culture and like the significance of the holiday. But what's the deal with the Prisbeam energy or magic or whatever it is? Is it conscious? How can it do all that stuff? How does it know to? And why don't any of them question it? G4's magic had no real rules, but it always behaved believably. But this just doesn't. It's like a deus ex machina. If the writers need something to happen, then, oh, Prisbeam energy magic, whoa! And there you go. It's just lazy writing. And that's bleh, lame, stupid. But I want to end on a positive note. My first reaction to seeing Winter Wish Day was to say, we already have Heartswarming Eve. But that holiday is all about unity and how the ponies overcame their differences. When the pony tribe separated, it would have made sense that they would have done away with that holiday, because, racist propaganda, I guess. Maybe the fact that they all have wish in the name is a coincidence, given the fundamentals of the holidays are all similar, but I don't know. Overall, I did enjoy this one, despite all its flaws. As usual, it doesn't hold a candle to G4 with its meh animation and bland writing. Nevertheless, I still think it has good bones. What it needs most of all is refining and a bit more enthusiasm put into it, and I think it could be really good. What are your thoughts? And are you looking forward to the next batch of episodes? Because I am. Because I want more Misty! And quite frankly, the fact she isn't in this is the worst part about it. Anyway, that's all I have this time around, so yeah. Like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you enjoy my other stuff as well. I hope to see you next time. Frosty Shivers.